Hello everyone, this is Gitika Arora here. Welcome to my YouTube channel, that is Dream Achievers by Gitika Arora. In this lecture 3 of accountancy, we will be going to discuss about different accounting concepts and convention. So here we go with starting with the first part, that is accounting concepts. Now what is the meaning of accounting concepts? Accounting concepts are simply the accounting postulates, means accounting assumptions upon which the whole process of accounting is based, and thus accounting concepts form the basis of financial accounting. It means that whenever we will be following the whole process of accounting, in that process we will be using the accounting concepts and convention as a base, because these are simply the rules from which each and every process of accounting is based upon. Now the first concept of accounting is business entity concept. Now what is the meaning of business entity concept? See, based upon this concept, the business is completely separated from the owner of the business. It means that according to the business entity concept, you will be differentiating the owner of the business from its business. Let us take example of any of an organization like ABC Limited, and Ram is the owner of that ABC Limited. In that case, what you have to do based upon this accounting business entity or economic entity concept, here Ram is completely different from the ABC Limited. It means that when you will be making books of account, in that case Ram is a different account, and on the other hand ABC Limited is completely a different account. And from the lecture 1 of accountancy, where we have discussed about different types of account, here Ram is being classified as a personal account or a natural person account, but on the other hand ABC Limited is being differentiated as a personal account only, but here ABC Limited is being classified as an artificial person. Now see, just because of this accounting business entity concept, the books of accounts are always prepared from the point of view of the business rather than the point of view of the owner. And thus let us take the last example only, where we have taken the example of Ram and ABC Limited. In that case, if you will be preparing the accounting books or the financial accounting books, you will be preparing accounting books based upon the viewpoint of ABC Limited rather than the viewpoint of Ram. And here, any amount of money which the Ram is giving to the business, it becomes the liability of the business, and on the other hand, any amount of money which the Ram is taking out of the business or withdrawing from the business, it becomes the drawings of the business, and on the other hand, it becomes the asset of the business. Now how the capital will become liability and how the drawings will become assets. Now see, we are following the concept of accounting entity concept or economic entity concept. Here you will be preparing books of account from the viewpoint of ABC Limited. It means you are preparing the books of account on the basis of the business enterprise rather than the owner. अब हमने क्या देखना है, कोई भी अमाउंट जो हमारा ओनर हमारे बिजनेस को दे रहा है, इट इज ऑब्वियसली द कैपिटल विच द ओनर इज गिविंग टू द बिजनेस, बिकॉज द ओनर स्टार्ट्स द business with some amount of capital, some amount of money, some amount of assets, and thus it becomes liability. It means that हम prepare कर रहे हैं अपने accounting books owner के base पे नहीं, अपने बिजनेस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के बेस पे. अब उसमें क्या होगा, अगर ओनर कोई भी पैसे लेके आ रहा है बिजनेस में, ये बिजनेस की लाइबिलिटी बन जाएगी, ये बिजनेस का कर्जा बन जाएगा कि बिजनेस को इन फ्यूचर में वही सेम अमाउंट इन द फॉर्म ऑफ प्रॉफिट अपने ओनर को वापस करना पड़ेगा. And in the same way, if the owner is withdrawing any amount of money from the business, it means जो पैसा वो लेके आया था, अगर वो उस पैसे में से थोड़ा सा पैसा भी वापस लेके जा रहा है with respect to the personal use only, मतलब अपने घर के खर्चे के लिए लेके जा रहा है, उस केस में वो अमाउंट क्या बन जाएगी, ड्राइंग्स बन जाएगी. ड्राइंग्स का मतलब क्या है, इट विल बिकम द एसेट ऑफ द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन बिजनेस, एंड ऑन द अदर हैंड लायबिलिटी ऑफ द ओनर. हाउ? Because here when the owner is withdrawing some amount of money, जब ओनर कुछ पैसे वापस लेके जा रहा है, उस केस में क्या होगा, ओनर की एक ऑब्लिगेशन बन जाएगी that owner have to return the money to the business in future. मीन्स ओनर को वही पैसे वापस करने पड़ेंगे बिजनेस को, क्योंकि यहाँ पे ओनर डिफरेंट है बिजनेस से, सेम पर्सन नहीं है, इसलिए वो पैसे ओनर बिजनेस को वापस करेगा इन फ्यूचर. नाउ इन फ्यूचर इफ द बिजनेस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन विल बी रिसीविंग मनी, फ्यूचर में बिजनेस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को मनी रिसीव होगा, वो हमारे बिजनेस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का एसेट बन जाएगा, क्योंकि इन फ्यूचर हमें कुछ ना कुछ फ्यूचर बेनिफिट मिलेंगे. सो विद दिस आई एम जस्ट एक्सपेक्टिंग दैट द मीनिंग ऑफ business entity concept or the economic entity concept is clear to each and every one of you. It simply states that according to this principle you will be differentiating the owner and the business organization. मतलब हमारा owner different है business organization से, and we have to prepare the accounting books keeping in viewpoint owner business organization only. मतलब हम accounting books अपने business organization के viewpoint से बनाएंगे rather than owner. So this is the meaning of business entity concept. And just because of this business entity concept, the personal transactions of the owner are not recorded. It means that just because of this business entity concept, any personal transaction of the owner is not recorded in the books of accounts. Otherwise, you are clasping and everything in accounting books. Let us take example, if owner has purchased any mobile phone for the own use, means for the personal use of owner, in that case this will not be recorded in the books of accounts of the business, because here the owner is different from the business. But on the other hand, if the owner has purchased any mobile phone for the business use, in that case that transaction will be recorded in books of account, because in that case the owner has purchased for the business use rather than the personal use. Now the next accounting concept is going concern concept. Now what is the meaning of going concern concept? For understanding the meaning of going concern concept, please just try to understand one line in Hindi, that is Jug Jug Jio, or like Jug Jug Jio only. It means that whenever you are preparing books of accounts, you have to follow the going concern concept. In that case, what you are assuming that your business will continue for an unforeseen period of time. It means that तुम्हारा बिजनेस बहुत ज़्यादा टाइम तक जिएगा, एंड देर इज़ नो इंटेंशन ऑफ द ऑनर ऑफ द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन टू शट डाउन द बिजनेस इन फ्यूचर पीरियड ऑफ टाइम. इट मीन्स ओनर की कोई भी इंटेंशन नहीं है कि आने वाले समय में ओनर ने किसी भी टाइम पे अपना बिजनेस बंद करना है. सो दिस इज द मीनिंग ऑफ गोइंग कंसर्न कंसेप्ट, जुग जुग जियो कंसेप्ट. See, the same thing is written over here, that it is assumed that the entity is a going concern. It will be going to continue to operate for an indefinitely long period, means unforeseen period in future, and the transactions are recorded from this point of view. It means that the owner of the business is not having any intention to close down the business in the shorter period of time. It means ओनर की कोई भी इंटेंशन नहीं है कि अपना बिजनेस जल्दी ही बंद करने की, एंड दस अंडर गोइंग कंसर्न कंसेप्ट यू आर एज्यूमिंग दैट योर बिजनेस विल वर्क और योर बिजनेस विल ऑपरेट फॉर एन अनफोरसीन पीरियड ऑफ टाइम, ऐसा पीरियड जो ओनर तक ने भी नहीं देखा है. दिस इज द मीनिंग ऑफ गोइंग कंसर्न कंसेप्ट. Next is the money measurement concept. Now what is the meaning of money measurement concept? This is the most important concept of accounting, and this simply states that only those transactions which are recorded in monetary units, you will be recording the same in accounting books. See, in accounting a record is made only of those transactions or events which can be measured and expressed in terms of money. It means that whenever you are recording the transaction in books of accounts, you are recording only those transactions which can be measured in monetary terms. Let us take example. See, you can record the capital which has been given by the owner in the books of accounts or in the business organization. It means business के अंदर हमारा owner 1 lakh rupees लेके आया है. As this transaction can be measured in monetary units, because this transaction has the ability to be measured in monetary units, and thus you will be recording the same in accounting books. But on the other hand, if I am stating that the owner of the organization is a very intelligent person, the owner is having the very good managerial capabilities, the owner is very innovative, in that case, though these types of attributes is not be measurable in monetary units, you cannot state that the owner is rupees 10 intelligent or the owner is rupees 20 innovative, and thus you are unable to record the same in accounting books, though these types of attributes are having impact upon the profitability of the business. It means obviously अगर owner intelligent है, innovative है, हमारी profitability बढ़ेगी, क्योंकि वो innovative है, कुछ ना कुछ नया करेगा जिससे एक यूनिक यूएसपी क्रिएट करेगा, एंड इन फ्यूचर हमें प्रॉफिट मिलेगा. बट this is the limitation of accounting, that these transactions can't be measured in monetary units, means इस transactions की कोई monetary units नहीं है, and thus though these transactions are impacting the accounts, though these transactions are impacting the profitability of the business, but the accounting is unable to record these transactions in books of accounts. See, the non-monetary transactions are not recorded. It means the attitude of the owner, the positive attitude, the innovativeness of the owner, the experience, the teamwork, the skill, the honesty, the passion. These kinds of attributes are not recorded in accounting books because these are non-monetary transactions and these cannot be measured in monetary units. And thus, based upon this money measurement concept, you are unable to record the same in books of accounting. So the next concept of accounting is accounting period concept. Now what is the meaning of accounting period concept? In a very simple language, if I am giving you one example that I want to understand or I want to know the total amount of profit earned by the business at the end of the business. It means that, let us take example that your business has been started in 2000 and now at the end of 2020 you will be going to close your business just because of some of the reasons. And now if I am asking you to give me the total profit earned in between these 20 years, now just answer me that will you be able to give me the 20 years profit in at a one go. 2000 में हमारा बिजनेस शुरू हुआ था, 2020 में लास्ट में जाके आपने मुझे अपने बिजनेस का टोटल प्रॉफिट बताना है. इन दैट केस इज दिस वायबल, इज दिस फिजिबल? Obviously not. And thus at that point of time there is a rise of this accounting period concept, which states that for getting into knowledge about the true profitability of business organization, the whole life of business is being divided into smaller units, and that smaller units are simply the period of 12 months for which you will be calculating the profit of the business, and thus after the end of the business, if you will be adding the profit of all that 20 years, you will be able to give me the answer of that question. So this is the meaning of accounting period concept. Simple meaning, हम अपने टोटल बिजनेस की टोटल लाइफ को छोटे छोटे से स्मॉल पीरियड यूनिट्स में डिवाइड कर देंगे, so that it will become very easier for the accountant to give the true profitability of the business after the end of that one accounting year or accounting period, that is simply a period of 12 months. See, for measuring the financial results of a business periodically, the working life of an undertaking is split into convenient short periods which are called accounting period. It means you have to measure the financial results of the business periodically. Periodically means, let us take, either you can give me the result after 6 months, after 3 months, but most of the time you are asked to give the result after the end of one financial year or accounting year, that is a period of 12 months. And thus the whole life of the organization is being divided or split into smaller period or convenient period, that is the accounting period only. This can be well understood with the help of this diagram. See, business activities keep going on means your business is following a going concern concept, and you are not having any intention to close the business, and thus your business activities are keep going on. But to give the true results of the business profitability, the accountants are doing they are just drawing a line at the end of 12 months, that is an annual accounting period, and thus after every 12 months the annual accounting reports are being maintained, which will be able to give the accounting position of the organization or accounting analysis of the organization, financial analysis or financial results of the organization after the end of 12 months. So this is the meaning of accounting period concept. Now the next concept of accounting is a cost concept. Now what is the meaning of cost concept? In the last lecture, that is a lecture 2 of basic accounting fundamentals, I have told you that every document of accounting is a historical document. So based upon that historical document part, cost concept is based upon. Under the cost concept, an asset which is being acquired by a concern is recorded in the books of account at historical cost. It means the cost at which you have purchased that asset, and thus the market price of the asset is being ignored. Here just compare that word, that is a historical document, with this cost concept. you are recording the transactions, only those transactions which has already taken place, and thus under the accounting based upon this cost concept, you are recording the historical concept or the historical cost of the asset, and you are just ignoring the market value of the asset. And thus based upon this concept, this is quietly limitations for accounting, because whenever you are going to judge the profitability of the business concern, you are concerned about the future, but accounting gives you the information about the past. So thus you can also state that this is some of the part of the limitation of accounting, that it is completely based upon the historical facts and figures. See, this is the example for better understanding of cost concept of accounting. One of the business organization, let us take ABC Limited, has purchased a computer equipment worth $555 in 2010. Based upon this accounting cost concept, in the 2011 also, your books of accounting are showing the value of that computer equipment as $555. But market value of that computer equipment has decreased from $555 to $250, which has been ignored by books of accounting, and thus your accounting books are not showing the true picture of your business organization. So this is the meaning of cost concept. Next is the meaning of next principle or next concept of accounting is a dual aspect or duality principle. This is the basic of financial accounting, because this is the other name of double entry system of bookkeeping. Now what is the meaning of dual aspect or duality principle of accounting? Dual aspect of accounting states that every transaction should be accompanied by two impact, that is, for every debit there should be a credit of equal amount. It means every transaction should have two-sided effect to the extent of same amount. This is the main feature of double entry system of bookkeeping, in that whatever you are doing, either you are purchasing or you are selling, in that case that particular transaction should be impacting your business organization in a two-way. Let us take example. See, this is one of the example of cash sales worth rupees 10,000. If you have made a cash sale rupees 10,000, in that case rupees 10,000 is coming inside your business organization, and thus in the first lecture of accounting, where I have given you the golden rules of accounting, I have stated the first rule for the real account, that is asset, that whatever is coming inside the organization you will be debiting the same, and on the other hand what is going outside the business you will be crediting the same. And thus here the cash is coming inside the business, and thus you will be debiting the cash worth rupees 10,000, and on the other hand goods are going outside the business, because you have made a sale of rupees 10,000, and for that part rupees 10,000 goods are going outside the business, and thus you will be making a credit of sales account rupees 10,000. Because in accountancy, if you are purchasing the goods, you will be debiting the purchase account. If you will be selling the goods, you will be crediting the sales account. There is a no word like good account in accountancy. For goods to be purchased, purchase account is debited, and for sale it will be sale account will be credited. And thus if you have made a cash sales, cash account will be debited with rupees 10,000, because cash is coming inside the business. On the other hand, sales account is being credited because goods are going outside the business. So this is one of the example of double entry system of bookkeeping or dual aspect of accounting, which states that for every debit there is a credit of same amount, and for every transaction there should be both debit and credit. So this is the foundation stone or a cornerstone of double entry system of bookkeeping, that is a dual aspect of bookkeeping. You will be able to understand this concept in the next lecture, whenever we will be discussing the journal entries part, because for every journal entry you will be debiting and crediting the same transaction with the same or equal amount. So for that, just wait for a while, because we will be discussing journal entries in the next lectures also onwards. Now this concept has resulted in the accounting equation, because here you will be debiting or crediting, and for that you will be debiting and credited with the same amount. And thus just based upon this particular concept, that is a duality aspect, your accounting equation has risen. Is for every asset there will be liability of same amount, and thus asset should always be equal to the liabilities and owners equity. After the completion of this concepts and conventions of accounting, we will be discussing the accounting equation with few of the numerical examples as well. So for that, please wait for a while, because in the next lecture onwards we will be starting with the practical parts of fundamental accounting, that is we will be starting with the accounting equations. and where we will be doing it in numerical format, where we will be doing this accounting equation in numerical part. So please, for that, please just wait for a while. Up till that here we have discussed about the meaning of dual aspect, which states that for every debit there should be credit of equal amount. That is the meaning of dual aspect of accounting, double entry system of accounting, or the duality principle of accounting. Next principle of accounting, or the next concept of accounting, is realization concept. Now what is the meaning of realization concept? Under the realization concept of accounting, profit is earned only and only when goods or services are being transferred. It means when the possession of goods are being delivered to the owner of the goods or the customer, and on the other hand when the services are being delivered from the seller to the customer, only that you will be recording the profit in books of account. Thus it is incorrect to record profit when order is just received or when the customer pays for the goods. See, here realization concept states that if you have just got a order worth rupees 10,000 goods, you are not supposed to record the same in accounting books. Why so? Because you have just received the order and you haven't sold the goods to the customer. But when you have finally made the sale, the goods has been delivered to the customer and it is in the hand of the customer, it is in the possession. Possession का मतलब होता है जब owners के हाथों में है कुछ. In that case only you will be regarded the same that profit is being earned or the sale has been made. Unless until only the order is being received, you are not supposed to record the same in accounting books. This is the meaning of realization concept. Now the next concept of accounting is matching concept. So what is the meaning of matching concept? This is the last concept which we will be discussing in this lecture 3. After this there are few of the accounting conventions only. Now what is the meaning of matching concept? This concept simply states that all the revenues of the business organization for the same accounting period should be compared or should be matched with the expenses of the same period. It means सारे के सारे income and सारे के सारे expenses एक accounting period के हम एक accounting period में ही show करेंगे and match करेंगे. The matching principles ensure that revenue and all their associated expenses are being recorded in the same accounting period. Thus, this is the foundation stone of accrual accounting method. It means that, for example, for the year 2019, you have incurred some of the expenses like rent, like electricity expense, and on the other hand, you have also gained some of the revenue in the form of commission received or or you have made some amount of sale. Now, what you have to do? You have to record every revenue of 2019 and every expense of 2019 in the books of accounting for 2019 only. No matter the cash is being received or cash has been paid, कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता कैश तुम नेक्स्ट ईयर पे कर रहे हो या एडवांस में पे किया, बट इस साल का 2019 के सारे एक्सपेंसेस और सारे के सारे रेवेन्यूज को हम 2019 की बुक्स में शो करेंगे एंड कंपेयर करेंगे, सो दैट यू विल बी एबल टू गिव द ट्रू प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी ऑफ द बिजनेस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. Otherwise, if you will not be using this particular accounting concept, that is a matching concept, you are just using the cash basis of accounting. In that case, you cannot give the true profitability, क्योंकि अगर तुम्हें ट्रू प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी दिखानी है तो एक साल के खर्चों को एक साल की इनकम के साथ मैच करके ही तुम्हें दिखाना पड़ेगा. See, in brief, according to this concept, the expenses for an accounting year should be matched against the related revenue, no matter the cash has been received or cash has been paid, which is a part of cash basis of accounting. But you people are following the accrual basis of accounting, and matching concept is a foundation stone for the accrual basis of accounting, and thus you have to match the expenses for an accounting year should be with the income of that accounting year, and thus this concept should be followed while preparing financial statements so that you will be able to give a true and fair view of the profitability and the financial position of that business firm. Now we have completed the accounting concepts, and next part of this lecture 3 is accounting conventions. Accounting conventions, or what are the meaning of accounting conventions? These are simply the common practices which are universally followed in recording and presenting accounting information of a business, and thus it helps in comparing accounting data of different business or of a same unit for different period. It means that सिंपली अकाउंटिंग कन्वेंशंस क्या होती हैं, ये वो प्रैक्टिसेस होती हैं जो यूनिवर्सली मतलब सारी की सारी इंडिया की सारी कंपनीज ये वाले कन्वेंशंस को फॉलो करेंगी, ताकि क्या होगा, हम एक कंपनी के अकाउंटिंग डेटा को दूसरे कंपनी के अकाउंटिंग डेटा के साथ कंपेयर कर सकते हैं। अदरवाइज हम डिफरेंट डिफरेंट पीरियड्स में भी कंपेयर कर सकते हैं। और इन अ सिंपल लैंग्वेज कन्वेंशंस क्या होती हैं, ये भी एक तरह के रूल्स होते हैं जो हमारी कंपनी और इवन सारी की सारी कंपनीज फॉलो करेंगी, ताकि हम सबका डेटा आपस में कंपेयर हो सके। Now the first convention of accounting is materiality convention. Now what is the meaning of materiality convention? Only those transactions or events which are important facts and items are shown, which are useful and material for the business, and thus the firm need not record any immaterial and insignificant items. See, this convention is for the one so that you will be able to make accounting record simpler one. Because under this part, what do the materiality convention is saying that you have to record only those transactions, सिर्फ उन्हीं transactions को record करो जिनका materialistic impact है तुम्हारे business के ऊपर, and unnecessary ट्रांजेक्शंस को अवॉइड करो, अननेसेसरी इमटेरियल ट्रांजेक्शंस एंड इनसिग्निफिकेंट आइटम्स को इग्नोर करो जिनका तुम्हारे अकाउंटिंग के ऊपर इम्पैक्ट नहीं पड़ेगा, ताकि तुम्हारे रिकॉर्ड्स थोड़े सिंपलर हो जाएं। अदरवाइज तुम्हारे रिकॉर्ड्स मेंटेनेंस में काफ़ी काउस रहेगी। सो दिस इज द मीनिंग ऑफ अकाउंटिंग। Now for better understanding this materiality convention of accounting, please refer to this illustration. So here the company XYZ Limited has bought 6 months supplies of stationery worth $600. Now the next question arises that should the company spread the cost of this stationery for 6 months by expensing of $100 per month to the income statement. Now see, here the company has bought the total supply costing $600 for 6 months, and for if the company will be doing this thing that he will be the company will be expensing this total $600 for every month, means $100 for every month. Now it becomes quietly insignificant and this only results in increasing transaction. मतलब अगर हर महीने $100 शो करोगे, 6 ट्रांजेक्शन्स बन जाएंगे और उससे क्या होगा, तुम्हारे रिकॉर्ड्स काउस क्रिएट करेंगे। अब मटीरियलिटी प्रिंसिपल क्या कहता है, मटीरियलिटी कन्वेंशन क्या कहता है, अपार्ट इंस्टेड ऑफ डूइंग दिस और इंस्टेड ऑफ स्प्रेडिंग द कॉस्ट फॉर द 6 मंथ्स, यू कैन पुट द सेम इन अ 1 मंथ ओनली, मीन $600 को एक ही बार में राइट ऑफ कर दो। बट लेट अस टेक अनदर एग्जाम्पल, इफ द अमाउंट विल बी $6 lakh, in that case this will become a very significant amount, very important amount, and in that case you have to spread the total cost in a period of 6 months. So this is the meaning of materiality. Materiality simply states that importance क्या है तुम्हारी ट्रांजेक्शन की अकाउंटिंग रिकॉर्ड्स में। अगर ट्रांजेक्शन की वैल्यू बहुत ज़्यादा है लाइक $6 lakh, in that case it become very it is a good choice to spread the total amount in a 6 month period. But on the other hand, if the cost of the transaction is very small or the amount of transaction is very small, so there is no need to spread the cost in different accounting periods or different months, because it only results in increasing in accounting transactions in insignificant manner. So this is the meaning of materiality convention. Next convention of accounting is a full disclosure convention. Now what is the meaning of full disclosure convention? It simply states that financial statements and their notes should present all the information that is relevant and material to the users of understanding of the statements. अब full disclosure का मतलब क्या हुआ? Every transaction or every secrets of your business organization which will be impacting the interest of stakeholders, means the interest of shareholders, you are supposed to represent or you are supposed to give every information to the users of accounting information. Otherwise your accounting is not showing the true picture of your business organization. Simple meaning में ऐसे transactions जिसका तुम्हारे ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के स्टेक होल्डर्स, शेयर होल्डर्स के डिसीजंस पे इम्पैक्ट पड़ेगा कि वो आगे जाके तुम्हारे ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में इन्वेस्ट करें या ना करें। हर ऐसी इन्फॉर्मेशन को पूरी तरह से डिस्क्लोज करना बहुत ज़रूरी है, चाहे वो इन्फॉर्मेशन तुम नोट्स टू अकाउंट्स में ही क्यों ना शो करो, चाहे उस इन्फॉर्मेशन के कोई प्रॉपर हेड्स ना हो तो नोट्स में शो करो, पर तुम्हारा शो करना बहुत ज़रूरी है, अदरवाइज तुम्हारी अकाउंटिंग ट्रू एंड फेयर इन्फॉर्मेशन नहीं दे रही। अंडर द फुल डिस्क्लोजर principle or convention, circumstances and events that make a difference to financial statement users should be disclosed. वही सेम चीज़ जिससे तुम्हारे तुम्हारे यूजर्स ऑफ अकाउंटिंग इंफॉर्मेशन, तुम्हारे शेयर होल्डर्स, तुम्हारे स्टेक होल्डर्स के डिसीजन में डिफरेंस आ सकता है। अदरवाइज तुम्हें वो सारी ट्रांजेक्शन शो करनी पड़ेगी, अदरवाइज तुम्हारी अकाउंटिंग फुली डिस्क्लोज नहीं कर रही, ट्रू एंड फेयर पोजीशन ऑफ द बिजनेस को नहीं दिखा रही है। सो दिस इज द मीनिंग ऑफ फुल डिस्क्लोजर कन्वेंशन। Next convention of accounting is conservatism convention or prudence convention. Now what is the meaning of conservatism convention? It simply states that anticipate no profit but provide for all future losses. Now what is the meaning of this line, that is anticipate no profit but provide for all future losses? Under this particular convention of accounting, your accountants should always be placed on the safe side. It means that what the people are doing, if they are predicting that there will be some amount of profit which will be earned by the business organization in the future, मतलब उन्हें लग रहा है कि फ्यूचर में हमें कुछ ना कुछ प्रॉफिट होगा, तुमने उस प्रॉफिट को शो नहीं करना अनलेस अंटिल यू हैव अर्न दैट प्रॉफिट। जब तक तुम्हें फाइनली तुमने गुड्स को सेल नहीं कर दिया, डिलीवर नहीं कर दिया, पोसेशन ट्रांसफर नहीं कर दिया, कस्टमर्स के हाथ में गुड्स प्रोवाइड नहीं कर दी, तब तक तुम लोगों ने किसी भी तरह का प्रॉफिट सोच के नहीं रखना। बट ऑन द अदर हैंड प्रोवाइड फॉर ऑल फ्यूचर लॉसेस का क्या मतलब हुआ? अगर तुम्हें दिख रहा है कि तुम्हारा कोई भी डेटर, मतलब जिससे तुमने पैसे लेने हैं, वो इंसॉल्वेंट हो सकता है, वो तुम्हारे पैसे वापस नहीं करेगा, अभी से उसके लिए सोचना शुरू कर दो, उसके लिए पैसे अलग निकालने शुरू कर दो। या फिर एक और एग्जांपल क्या है, दैट इज़ अ काइंड ऑफ provisions, or that is a kind of a part where you are providing for your assets. Like तुमने एक मशीनरी परचेज की आज 1 लाख की, तुम्हें पता है अगले 5 साल के बाद तुम्हें ये रिप्लेस करनी पड़ेगी, तुम्हें नई मशीनरी लेनी पड़ेगी। अब एक ही बार में अपनी कंपनी से 1 लाख रुपए निकालना, इट विल बी इम्पैक्टिंग योर कंपनी टू अ बिग लॉट। नाउ व्हाट यू हैव टू डू और व्हाट यू कैन डू, you will be providing for depreciation or you will be providing as a provision for that machinery। हर साल 20-20 हज़ार रुपये या 10-10 हज़ार रुपये अलग रख दो उस मशीनरी के लिए, ताकि तुम्हारी बिजनेस को बाद में आफ्टर 5 years when there is a need of replacement of that machinery arise, you will not be facing any problem in the replacement part. So this is the meaning of accounting convention, that is a prudence convention or a conservatism convention, which states that you are not supposed to anticipate any profit earlier, and but you have to provide for all future losses because you always want to go on a safe side. Just because of this particular convention of prudence or conservatism, you are just making provision for bad and doubtful debts. It means अभी से पैसा तुम अलग रख रहे हो क्योंकि तुम्हें पता है तुम्हारा कोई particular debtor भाग जाएगा, तुम्हें पैसे नहीं देगा। In the same way, you are showing depreciation on fixed asset, means for 20,000 तुम as a kind of depreciation निकाल रहे हो। तुम्हें पता है तुम्हारी मशीनरी आज 1 लाख की है, 5 साल के बाद इसकी वैल्यू खत्म हो जाएगी, तुम्हें नई मशीनरी लेनी पड़ेगी। सो यू आर जस्ट टेकिंग आउट सम अमाउंट ऑफ योर प्रॉफिट फॉर एज अ प्रोविजन फॉर दैट पर्टिकुलर फिक्स एसेट, ताकि आफ्टर 5 years व्हेन यू हैव टू रिप्लेस दैट मशीनरी आराम से रिप्लेसमेंट कर सको। Now the next convention of accounting is a consistency convention. Now what is the meaning of consistency convention? It simply states that whenever you are recording or you have adopted a particular method for recording something, let us take example, आप लोगों ने एक मेथड चूज किया कैलकुलेट डेप्रिसिएशन करने का, स्ट्रेट लाइन मेथड। लेट मी क्लियर यू वन थिंग, दैट फॉर कैलकुलेटिंग डेप्रिसिएशन देयर आर 3 methods, but first is a straight line method, second is a written down method and third one is a reserve method. अब इसमें क्या है, अगर तुमने चूज कर लिया एक मेथड that is a straight line method, in that case what the organization are supposed to do, they are supposed to follow the same method consistently for the next years so that you will be able to compare your results. It doesn't mean that you cannot change the method, पर मेथड चेंज करना बहुत मुश्किल हो जाता है। चेंज कर सकते हो बट लीगल कॉम्प्लिकेशंस आती हैं, जिसकी वजह से इट इज़ ऑलवेज एडवाइजेबल दैट यू विल बी यूजिंग ओनली वन मेथड फॉर चार्जिंग द डेप्रिसिएशन और वन मेथड फॉर एवरी प्रोसेस ऑफ अकाउंटिंग। The same thing is written over here. The accounting practices and methods should remain consistent from one accounting period to another. Whatever accounting practice is being followed by the business enterprise, it should be followed on a consistent basis from year to year. It simply states that जो भी method use करोगे, consistently use करोगे हर accounting period में, किसी भी तरह का अकाउंटिंग प्रैक्टिस में किसी भी तरह का मेथड यूज करो, बट वो हर साल सेम रहेगा, अदरवाइज यू आर नॉट बीइंग एबल टू कंपेयर योर अकाउंटिंग रिजल्ट्स। क्योंकि लास्ट ईयर हमने स्ट्रेट लाइन मेथड यूज किया, इस साल हम यूज कर रहे हैं रिटन डाउन मेथड. At that point of time you are not being able to compare your accounting results. So that is the reason this accounting convention is being followed under accounting, that is a convention of consistency. Here the same example is being given. For example, in the year 2009 and 10 you have used a method that is a straight line method. On the other hand, in the year 2010 and 11 you are using written down value method. Lastly, in the year 2011 and 12 you are using another method, that is a unit of measure method or account of reserve method. Now in that case you are not being able to compare your net results with the year 1, 2nd and 3rd. That is the reason if you will be using straight line method in all the 3 years, only that case you will be able to measure or you will be able to compare your accounting results. Otherwise, if you are using this example, if you are following this example, your accounting statements won't be compared. So with this we have completed the accounting concepts and convention, or we have completed the lecture 3 of fundamental accounting. These are few of the references from where I have taken the text. That is, I have taken the text from T.S. Garewal, Double Entry System of Bookkeeping for Class 11. That is a Sultan Chand publication. And afterwards I have used the SlideShare also for making this PPT. And afterwards I have made some of the changes in the PPT so that it will become easier for you to understand every concept and convention. Lastly, I have also taken the help of Business Dictionary so that I have made some of the words very simpler for you to understand. Thank you so much for listening lecture 3 of Accounting Fundamentals, and please do not forget to like, subscribe and share Dream Achievers by Gitika Arora. Thank you so much.